Hello, welcome everyone to my introductory accounting course. I am Christopher Kwak, an accounting professor at DeAnza College, which is located in Cupertino, California, very close to Apple Computer headquarters. Uh, you're right, what you see on the screen is a picture of guacamole and picture of avocado, right? So for those who never seen me before, never had taken class from me before, I just want to briefly introduce myself. My name, Christopher Kwak, right? Uh, it is related to guacamole, guac, right? Even though it spells Kwak, which looks like enunciate more like this, quack, right? The Dr. Quack, right? I'm telling you now, yeah, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical doctor. Certainly, I'm not a Dr. Quack, right? Um, I do make lots of medical analogy explaining accounting field and medicine. So it is related to the title that I was trying to show you. Title of this video clip. I hope it's gonna be 10 minutes or so, right? I gave title of this lecture, introductory accounting course lecture, taking pulse of business. Sounds like a hospital meeting with a doctor, right? Um, so the main purpose of using this medical analysis is to um, quickly come across to your help you to grasp the concept of what is accounting, what's the purpose of accounting, why accounting is so important in our lives, in our society, right? Some of you probably have heard that accounting often referred as the language of business. So I tell you a little bit about that in later slide, right? So let's begin. Oh, by the way, quickly I tell you the story about my last name, right? Yeah, some of my friends have said this before. If I apply to be admitted to a medical school, they say my application will be rejected right away because of my last name. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what I heard. And another episode relate to my last name, mistakenly understood by some people as Dr. Quack, is that several decades ago, this is mid 80s, I worked for PwC, consulting accounting firm in San Francisco office. You probably heard the PwC, right? PwC, Price Waterhouse Coopers, is one of the bigger consulting accounting firm. So this was one Friday afternoon. I still vividly remember that the telephone operator, receptionist of the firm, this was a huge office. It's over 1,000 CPAs and consultants, lawyers working in this in this office at the time, and she made an urgent paging announcement through the microphone to the entire firm. I'm talking about telephone operator of the PwC. She was saying, I'm quoting, line number one, Dr. Quack, line number one, Dr. Quack, line number one, Dr. Quack, urgent, 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 right? So I still remember that. So let me just, that's enough to say about my last name. But again, I'm coming back to here. So I'm making an analogy of between medicine and accounting. What's accounting? Why is accounting is so important? So that's why I gave a title of taking parts of business, right? So here is the first slide right here. So I made a quick slide, typical hospital setting, a doctor right? In this case, I am making an analogy of between the physician, medical doctor, and business doctor. Here's corporation, right? Those who still remember from your introductory business course, what is definition of a corporation? Do you still remember that corporation is defined as a separate legal entity, right? Entity, business entity principle. Anyway, so here's the taking parts of business analogy. So, we all go see doctors once in a while, right? I hope not too often, right? Businesses also need doctors to assess financial health, don't you think? Right? Just as the doctors examine patients, here's the patient, to diagnose the health of their body, management accountants assess the health of corporate body through analyzing corporations' financial, right, and non-financial information, the both, right? So therefore, with that quick analogy, I will come back to that in later lecture, but just as medical schools, right, medical schools produce, well, actually, medical schools cannot afford to produce quack doctors, don't they? I mean, if they produce too many quack doctors, later they all work at local hospitals. That's going to be a big problem, right? So there's a business school. Right, business school, your finance accounting professors in business school cannot afford to produce too many quack accountants, quote unquote, to our business community, right? For that matter, business school accounting professors should not produce any of, unethical, incompetent accountants, right? So, as a business educator, myself, and practitioner, and as one of your accounting professors, in conclusion, I hope that I can help you become a competent business professionals who has high integrity, right? So I'm talking about unbiased, independent-minded accountants with good ethical standard, right? But if I add one more attribute to this is my wish list as an accounting teacher. I hope that our student, future accountants, will possess very important courage. What kind of courage? Willing to be a whistleblower, right? You probably heard of a whistleblower, quote unquote, whistleblower of each organizations he or she is working for, right? Even at a situation when his or her job is be at risk, right? Somebody who has the courage to willing to blow the whistle to bring it up the injustice, right? So we probably have too many incidents in our country. We experienced Enron, WorldCom, Arthur Anderson. So let me not go too far of that. So I'm trying to help you to understand why accounting is very critical in our daily lives, right? So as I mentioned earlier, accounting is often referred as language business. Why, right? If you think about that, in other fields such as sports, right here. So here's a picture of baseball, basketball, and music. I put the picture of the piano and guitar, right? Learning new instrument, learning new sports. What is the prerequisite, so to speak? What do you have to know before you even start playing, right? Don't you have to know at least the basic jargon and terms, and at least the basic set of rules for that particular game or particular instrument, right? So if you think about that in a business world, accounting serves as the language and the rules for describing, measuring, evaluating, reporting business transactions, economic events in its daily operating, investing, financial planning activity, right? So therefore, I say one more time, understanding accounting is crucial to play well in the business world that you all gonna go out, right? In terms of developing, communicating financial information, that probably including non-financial operating information, right? It's needed for decision makers. So oftentimes accounting information is a critical basis for decisions, right? So and furthermore, accounting reports are often the basis, on which how effective the stewardship decision, managers' decisions and actions are carried out, right? So that's I hope that's good enough for your getting the concept of why accounting is important. Here, as a last slide right here, so I put together simply a quick summary of then what is what accountants do every day, right? So every day you and I, we all experience economic events, whether you like or not, right? I'm talking about business event, what some people call business transaction, right? So that's right here, right? Oh, I tried to highlight that myself, but instead of, highlight that, right? That's better, business event, business transaction. So here comes accountants, right? What do? Right? We analyze business transaction, we identify, we measure, right? We measure those economic events, business transactions. I hope that measurement activity comes with the accountant's objective mind, not subjective, and good sound judgment, which comes with many years of experience, right? So sound judgment and objectivity, that's crucial in terms of measuring the economic event. So thus, you be able to put together a good, transparent, and dependable set of financial statement, right? Which we're gonna learn about this as we go to many more weeks, right? So why do we prepare these good, sensible, sound, reliable? I have to highlight here. A reliable financial statement is because there are many interested users of these financial statements to be able to make a good decision, good judgment of that business entity, right? So thus our accountants, our financial analysts, both in our society, we all be able to provide to our general public with reliable, trustworthy financial reporting services in our daily business lives. Right? So I hope that is good enough to come across to help you to grasp of this introductory slide. I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope you all have a great joy of learning this important language of business, accounting. Thank you again. See you later. Bye.